Good morning, guten Morgen, magandang umaga, konnichiwa, bonjour. So, I was thinking this morning that an important message to give to, or important seed to give to you right now would be to hold fast to your crown. Your crown is your mind, okay? And it's going to be it's going to be a lot more tension. You're going to perhaps be placed in situations where others outside yourself, neighbors, family members, co-workers, even if you go out in public when you go to the store, you can already feel it, okay? Because this is a spiritual warfare, and it depends on how empathetic you are and in tuned to, I can tell. I remember one time, this was years and years ago, before I even became born again, I went to the post office and there was a woman in front of me, and all of a sudden I had this overwhelming flow of anxiety where my heart started beating really, really fast, and I had this nervous feeling, and it was really weird. It's scary if you haven't experienced it often, but I just had this overwhelming anxiety and my heart was beating really fast where I could hear it in my ears, in my head. And the woman in front of me, she was so tensed up in anger. And I could feel it before she even turned around. And once she turned around and I could see there was a burning anger in her face, and I was like, I was looking forward to her leaving the post. She was right up at the counter leaving the post office, but that overwhelming anxiety feeling didn't go away for it lasted for a few minutes after she left. I don't feel that so much now that I'm walking with Christ, because I wasn't protected by His Holy Spirit, and I didn't realize being empathetic. I was sort of opening the door. I was opening the door to, darkness. I was part of the darkness, and at times I would feel the darkness. And I never really, I knew I had conversations with other people, and they're like, oh, well, you're just highly empathetic, you're in tune to other people's energy. And that's when I got, I was coming across a lot of people who were into New Age stuff about positive and negative energy, and I believed it on some level. I was deceived. I believed that there were stones that, I giggle about it now because I look at it, how foolish and silly I was, but I believed that certain stones, like clear quartz or amethysts, or I believed that certain stones were good to have around you to alleviate the negative energy. So yes, I was into some New Age stuff. I even had a Himalayan salt lamp in my house at the time. But when you're walking with Christ, His Holy Spirit is not about a feeling. I've seen way too many people say, ooh, I've gotten shivers or this electric feeling. And, each person's testimony is their own testimony. Their walk is their own walk. It's something they have to answer to. It's not for me to say one way or the other, but I don't. I've felt that electric feeling 3 times, but it wasn't a comfortable feeling. It was like that feeling when I was in the post office and I had that overwhelming anxiety, and my heart started beating fast. That's like when I had those electric feelings the 3 times that I've experienced in my walk. At first, the first time it happened, it was really intense. And I was like, is that the Holy Spirit? Because again, I didn't have a Christian 101 instructional manual. And I saw some videos of other people saying, ooh, I feel the Holy Spirit coming over me, while they're giving a false message. So walking with Christ and learning that I was being deceived by listening to man a lot, that the Lord gives me a logical, rational way of working things out with him, where I put 2 and 2 together. It's like, wait a minute. Those that are claiming to feel this overwhelming shivers and electricity feeling, most of them, I'm not going to say all, most of them are false prophets, and they're not actually walking with the Lord. They don't know truth. So maybe feeling that is a false spirit, because there's nothing in his word that says his Holy Spirit's about a feeling. It's not about a feeling. It's about knowing truth. It's about knowing truth. It leads you into all truth. It's a comforter. It doesn't mean that you feel, it's like the Holy Spirit's a comforter because the truth is what makes you feel the comfort. The truth is what makes you feel the peace. Okay? So I feel like I went astray a little bit. So, and it was the same with the tongues. People like Kenneth Copeland, who I know is not walking with Christ, who was talking that baby garble babble stuff. It was like there's a lot of people who claim to speak tongues, and I know they're not walking with Christ. So I was like, what is speaking in tongues really? All it means is you're speaking truth. It's called a holy language because you're speaking truth. That's what it means when you're speaking in tongues. When you are in private prayer, not a physical closet, but your closet is your heart, your treasure. When you are having personal conversations with the Lord in truth, that's what that means. It doesn't mean I'm making weird sounds, making all kinds of sounds. It means I'm talking about things I've witnessed, and the Lord is revealing truth to me, and I'm talking about it. That's what it means, speaking in tongues. And the reason why people of the world can't understand it, because they're under a strong delusion. I don't know what certain people hear when I say things. I've had people attack me, and I'm like, I didn't even say that. I don't know where they're going with this. And again, it's like, I don't know what other people hear, but they definitely don't hear the message. So the world, the spiritual warfare is that the darkness is taking over the system. The evil is taking over the system. Spiritually, the pit has been open, and people are being overcome by the darkness. And I can see it, and I can feel it. When I say see it, I don't literally see spirits taking over people's bodies. When I say I see it, I see how people are being manipulated, and they're hyper-focusing on things, and they're getting overly emotional in their heart, and they're being overcome and devoured by the Antichrist spirit because they don't know truth. That's what I see. I see they're being overcome, the aurora borealis, the spiritual, cannibalism. That's what I see. Their crowns, their minds are being taken over because they're believing the lies of this world. They're believing the stories that are being told. They're believing the narrative of whatever the world is telling them that's happening. They're believing it. And the Lord said, believe them not. When they say Christ is here, which means when they say truth is here, believe it not. So the whole point of this video was to hold fast to your crown, which is, it's much easier said than done, because it's so easy to get sucked into what are they saying over here, where, you know, it piques your curiosity, so you go look. Don't look very long. Don't buy into the lies they're selling. And always, always, always come back to Christ and stick with truth. Because don't buy, see, here's the thing, even some truth in the lies still makes it a lie. Okay? Don't buy the lies the world is selling, because that's what's devouring most people. And I don't go around voicing my opinion to random people. If someone asks me how I feel or what I think, I'm more than happy to tell them the truth of, you know, how I really feel about something. But I don't cause I don't cause friction. I'm not trying to rub people the wrong way, because I understand that they're being spiritually cannibalized and they're being led by their feelings. I'm not being led by my feelings. I'm being led by the Lord with logic, sound mind, wisdom, and knowledge. I'm not led by my feelings. So knowing the battlefield that I'm on, I'm wise enough to know not to pour salt over people's open wounds. So when the Lord said, come away from the world and come out of the world, He's saying that don't get sucked into a debate with someone or a conflict with someone that's unnecessary. That we walk by the Spirit, pray for them, and walking by the Spirit keeps you in that zone of peace. You're not pulled in to other people's drama, and you stay in peace if you stay away from the world and you recognize what's happening. Knowledge and truth does set you free when you really know what's going on and you're armed with truth. So I hope I planted a good seed that it's gonna get more tense, and you may be placed in a situation where you don't know what to do. Look to the Lord inside your heart. Look to the Lord. By most cases, you pray for them, and you don't necessarily, you know, do anything physically. You just allow the Lord to do what the Lord is doing, and you walk out your testimony and work out your salvation, and you glorify the Lord by not getting sucked into the darkness, and you're staying in the light. I love you, and God bless.